Okay, guys, hopefully you can hear me. Welcome back to another little session with Misty today. I'm not really sure where we left off, honestly, in the last time I videoed. I have been working with her a little bit off camera lately. My client horses have gone home for the year, and I actually decided I'm not going to be taking any more this fall because I really want to get Misty back where I want her and get some rides on her this fall and get her in a consistent schedule. So she is back in work. I've worked with her the last few days, and we're going to be putting her on like a 5-day-a-week schedule. So really just getting her back in gear. I've been kind of stepping it up a notch with the groundwork. Just still doing our same routine things that we've been doing. Get out of my pockets. I got but add a little bit, a level up a notch. So I'm expecting more out of her. She's going to be getting worked more. And I was actually able to go to a Clinton Anderson clinic last week for the weekend. He was here in Iowa. So me and Mel went to watch him. And I actually got a lot out of that clinic, some really good information. I know some people don't like Clinton Anderson, but I do like his methods. I do follow them. I might do things a little differently and maybe my own way, but for the most part, I like his method. So that's kind of inspired me to let's get back into training. So Misty here, I'm going to be expecting a little more out of her. And I'm going to come to the camera to make sure it's not crooked. We stood at the tree for a little bit with the saddle on and stuff. So we're just going to get started. So I'm going to start with my whip exercises that I always start with. Still doing, a little of this. Just making sure she'll let me rub her with it, let me touch her with it. Whip is not a bad thing. We don't need to be scared of this. Girl. And hopefully my mic doesn't clack around too much. It's not in a great spot today. Been working on her back up a lot. I start by just jiggling the rope, and if she doesn't do anything, I get a little pressure on it, give her some bops. And I want actual backup, like actual effort. There we go. We got some quick steps there. I've been pretty easy on her lately, just kind of doing the 1, 2, like just kind of one step at a time. But now I really want her actually putting some effort in. So I'm going to get a little harder with it. When I say back up, I want back up. Like give me a good back. And just as long as she does that is fine. But I don't want to have to yank on her forever. So if she ignores, my first jiggle, that's when I get a little bit harder with it. Back. There we go. Back, 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 back. There. Good job. Hopefully we're still in frame. Good girl. Gonna do a little more. Back, 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 back. There. Back, 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 back. Now that wasn't very many steps, but I didn't actually have to bop her on the nose. So I'm going to take that. Oh, goodness. Get some tongue action. All right, we're going to send her out, do some lunging. Walk, walk. We've gotten kind of, we've started our changing directions process, which I think we might have done in one of the last videos, but I'm asking her for a little bit more now. She gets too close to me, I am going to poke her there in the flank. Ask her, get out there, give me space. And I'm not hard jabbing them, but I am giving her, a firm poke. Because it seems like a lot of horses, just because they're out of walk, they got to walk 2 feet in front of you. No, I want you out there. Use this whole rope. She's got a nice long rope here. Good girl. So now that I'm asking her to try, I do not want her to break down to a walk. And we're going to practice changing directions. I usually do it about 4 times, as long as she gives me some decent ones and is actually trying. Yesterday, or the day before, she gave me a little attitude, so we did a couple extras. Keep in mind, Misty is a little older. She's 9, so laziness is kind of her preference. She doesn't really want to work that hard, isn't quite as willing to work that hard. So to change directions, I'm going to put my whip in my rope hand, slide my hand down. Good, good, good. That was good. Good job. Now, when she changes directions at a trot, I want her to change directions, go back to the trot, get right back into it. We don't need to slow down, take our time, then get back into the trot. We're working here. We need to just go right back into what I was asking. Same thing, switch hands, slide my hand down the rope, push her off. Good girl. You can see she was a little hesitant there, but she's getting a lot better about just getting right back to it. We got to build this horse's athleticism a little bit. Good girl, good girl. This is a good way for her not to get bored on the lunge line. You know, I'm giving her something to focus on. She's got to pay attention to me. We're not just mindlessly running around. You can do this as many times as you want too, especially if you've got a squirrely one or one that doesn't like to pay attention. Good girl. Might be a little tender on this left front today. Now, when I ask her to stop, I kind of relax my body language. Whoa. And she needs to face me. Good job. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Yeah. We'll add a canter here one of these days. I did make her canter a little the other day when she was giving me attitude, but you know, I'll let her build up her fitness a little. Tighten up this cinch because she does loosen a little bit. We have been working on flexing a lot. Come on. Because her flexing is really bad. And so we need to work a lot with this. So I'm going to probably do it multiple times throughout this session. Just doing it a little, doing something else, then coming back to it, because her flex is just unreal. She does one side a lot better than the other. I think it's this right side she does pretty well. Here you go. That was good. Whoa, see, when there's a treat involved, heck yeah, she'll bring her head over here. I think you guys can see me, right? Where am I? Right there. But now she backs up like this, I have to go with her. She's got to bring me her head in. Good girl. Good girl. Now I am utilizing treats a little bit with her just to try to loosen this neck up. Nope, I got to stay with her when she does this. Good girl. Good girl. And give her, the treats are really to give her some motivation, because the last few days I've just gone circles and circles and circles with her because she just will not bring her head around when I ask. So this is creating a little bit of practice. We got to stretch this neck out and give her a little motivation to why we're doing this. Because it's uncomfortable with a horse this tight. You know, remember, she's a 2x4. She doesn't bend very well. She's never had to in her entire life, so. Please don't go out of frame. Good girl. Good girl. Where'd it go? You dropped it. Okay. Come on. There you go. Good girl. Good girl. Let's go. Now, at any point that I feel like she's getting a little bit ridiculous about the treats, then we're going to stop. But for now, she's learning. We're going to figure this out, but she needs to wait till I ask. Okay, now that I ask her to bring her head around. There we go. come on, you gotta actually get them in your mouth here and not take my finger off. Yeah, now that it's your idea, you'll flex just fine, won't ya? Now, I haven't asked her yet, so she can't anticipate this. Good job. Good girl. Oh, you're on your rope. Nope. She's like, here, I'll do it again, see? I'm gonna desense a little with our whip. She's not too sure about this still, but she's done a lot better. Now, I'm not asking her to walk off, so if she was gonna walk off, I need to just correct her, say, nope, I'm still asking you to stand there. And the horse needs to know what the difference is, that just because this whip is flapping around and moving, my body language is not asking her to walk off yet. So if I, point with my finger, I get my chest big and I say walk, then she knows, okay, she's asked me to move. But right now, I'm not even looking at her. My body is still relaxed. This whip is just flapping around. So she needs to just be okay with this. The whip smacking is just not a big deal. Makes that sound. Girl. Good job. Now, these cowboys at the Clinton Anderson Clinic, they would just whip the crap out of these stick and strings, and I can't whip them quite that fast. But principle's the same. I'm going to go up above our heads. Hear this swooshing sound that the whip is making. You guys probably can't hear it on microphone, but makes that whoosh, whoosh. Something's moving above her head. No big deal. Good girl. All right. Step up. Step up. Come on. Good girl. Good girl. Now I'm asking her to come near me so she can. Now we're working on yielding the hindquarters a little bit, which we had started in the previous episodes, but now I'm using the whip rather than the rope. So this is kind of, I want to start implementing this so that she knows these cues later under saddle as well. So really, I'm using my whip to kind of swing, that's the right word, tap at her. If she doesn't move her hind end, I tap it harder until she moves it over. Ideally, I want her to cross that back foot over and yield it. She's kind of still very uncoordinated. She's not used to having to cross like that, so she's still just kind of stepping over a little bit, which I'm going to take. But the last few times we've done this, she has crossed over 1 or 2 steps, so she's getting there. But sometimes with these older horses, they don't, they're so set into their normal habits and ways in the pasture that it doesn't always come right away. So we have to practice a little bit. So I'm going to tap her hind end until she moves over. And if she moves right over, I won't even have to touch her. That's kind of the goal. So I'm going to ask her to move her hind end. Tap, tap, tap. Give me, there we go. See, there she crossed over the second step. So she's definitely getting better about it. Get out of my pockets. And I'm going to do this, 3, 4, 5 times till I feel like we're good. Tap, 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 tap. There, she gave me a few more steps. I'm kind of asking, when you're first starting this, I'm just asking her for one step over. Just move your butt over for me. Now that we've been doing this for a while, I'm going to ask her for, 2 or 3 steps. And then as we get better, 4 or 5 steps till she can actually pivot that front foot around. But for now, we're just doing 2 or 3 steps. There we go. Good. Keep asking. There we go. Good girl. Good girl. Now she thinks she needs to have a treat for everything she does. And she'll get over that, just because she's trying this, probably the next couple sessions, she's going to try to sneak in my pockets. I'm still going to set those boundaries like, hey, get out of my pockets. And we're not going to make it a habit. Here we go. Here was one. Give me another one. Good girl. Good girl. All right. Going to do the same thing on the other side. Tap, See, I just have to tap the air now. She's getting the idea. Good girl. Good girl. Good job. A little bit more. There we go. Good girl. That one was better. Good girl. Good girl. And we'll do one more. Good girl. Keep going. Keep going. You can give me a little more. A little more. One more. There. See, look at that foot digging that hole in the ground. Good girl. Good girl. All right. Get out of my pocket. All right. We're going to start getting into the mounting again. I have been actually getting up on her and laying there. But we're going to flap things around like we always do. Make sure these sounds don't bother her at all. Get ourselves in the mind space to feel the saddle shift around. Bang on it. Bang on her butt. Jiggle things. I picked up from the Clinton Anderson clinic last week. He was telling especially young colts that really haven't had saddles on before. The first, month you're saddling them and stuff, constantly be checking your cinch, because a lot of times they will suck their belly up because they're just not used to having those straps around their belly and things. So they'll suck their belly up, and you gotta routinely make sure that it is tight. Now Misty doesn't really do that. She might hold her breath a little bit while she first gets saddled, but good girl. Now, ideally, I would like to have them flexed around while I do this type of work, but Misty is so bad about flexing that I'm not really stressing it. I've done it, with multiple horses without having their head flexed around. It would be more ideal with a young colt that's a little more unpredictable, a little more emotionally dysregulated, but for now, since she's still so bad about flexing around, we're not going to worry too much about it. Good girl. Good girl. Her job is just to stand here, which I know she won't mind doing anyways. Ugh. Good girl. Good girl. And sometimes my foot's kind of digging into her armpit there. She needs to be able to just tolerate that. It's not the end of the world. Just my foot. Good girl. Good girl. Now, every time she backs away from me like this, I'm just going to follow her and go with her, because I don't want her to learn that she can just back away all the time and release her own pressure that way. I'll decide when I give the release and step away. Good girl. I'm going to touch her on this other side. Touch the stirrup, her shoulder, her belly, because I don't want her to be surprised once I finally get up there and I'm on both sides. Now she moves away like this, I just follow her. Go with her. Good girl. Touch your belly. Touch this stirrup or butt. Good girl. Good girl. She don't even care. She's like, what's going on over there? Good girl. Okay, she's walking. I'm just gonna stay with her. Rub my knee on her butt a little bit. Good girl.